Rest he will tell himself. So let's call Toastmaster Prashanth.
It was a bright sunny day a long time ago in the city of Chennai. There's a nurse in a hospital who's meandering her way through the chaotic corridors of a hospital in search of a man who, along with his daughter, is waiting anxiously for news from this nurse. Once the nurse finds this man, she tells him, "You've been blessed with a baby boy." And this man, along with his wife, decide to name this boy Prashanth Ram. Toastmaster and fellow guests, a very good morning.
Good morning.
My parents had no idea when they named me that I was going to be the exact opposite of what my name meant. Because Prashanth in Sanskrit means peace. And I was a very naughty child growing up. Now, you might be wondering why my speech title is Life of Ram, but my name is Prashanth. So, firstly, my middle name is Ram. So, Life of Ram comes in that also. And secondly, Life of Ram is a song from a movie called 96, which talks about the life of a man called Ram. Now let me tell you 3 characteristics about this person from that movie. He's been single all of his life, like me. He has loved only one person, like me. And he loves to travel a lot, like me. Now, my love for traveling probably would come from my parents, because while growing up, we moved like gypsies to different parts of the world thanks to my father's job. He was a salesman and he had to travel to different parts of the world. So I lived for a few years in the US and I did my kindergarten in Singapore before coming back to Chennai. Now when I came back to Chennai, I was faced with one challenge. I did not know how to speak my own mother tongue, and speaking with all my friends who conversed with each other in Tamil was difficult. But there's a saying in Tamil, "Poga poga ella seriyaido," which means as time passes, everything will become all right. This is the universal advice any Tamilian will give you if you have a problem. And it worked for me in my case, because as time passed by, that was no longer an issue. So during my school days, I learned how to play the keyboard and mridangam, and I read a lot of books. My favorite books at that time were The Hardy Boys and Enid Blyton, and these eventually became my hobbies. As the years passed and 12th standard came, I was posed with that question that every person who had finished their 12th board exams had. Where is your life going to go? What direction are you going to take? I did not know where my life was headed, so I took engineering. And let me tell you, engineering was the best 4 years of my life. I learned a lot, not academically, but a lot about life. And up until then, I was living at the comforts of my home and eating the food that my mother had prepared. And all of a sudden, there were 6 of us in one room and we did not know a thing about each other. But let me tell you, hostel was the best part of my engineering. We would be debating which classes we could bunk, or whether the hostel mess had served us dal or sambar for lunch. And everyone around me, they were busy with their relationship problems, but not me, because I was not in a relationship with anyone. But all good things must come to an end, right? Because this thing called placements had come, and everyone had become serious. So how many of you are electrical engineers here? You would have heard of this subject called digital signal processing. That one subject was the barrier between me and a job offer. Because while everyone were busy getting jobs, I was sitting and studying for my re-exam. And I learned one thing from that experience, and that was whatever I had learned from my school days, that everything would become okay as time passed, is not applicable. You cannot just wait for something to magically happen to you. You have to work hard towards it. So I worked hard towards my re-exam, and I got placed in a core company as a systems engineer in Accord Global Technologies. And I also realized my fear for public speaking is something that I cannot just magically hope it will go away. And that is why I stand here in front of you and present my L1P1 today. Now, I told you 3 things about the character Ram from that movie. You know probably why I'm single all my life. You also know why I love to travel, but I didn't tell you about that one person I love. Well, that's a story for another time. Over to you.